KIX96country.com. Our guest today, all the way from the great state of Texas, please welcome Aaron and Amanda Crabb. How are you guys?
We're good.
Good to see you, man.
Good to see you. Welcome to KIX96country.com. Now, this is actually my first experience with the couple Crabb, the Crabb family. Let me make sure that our audience is clear that you, Aaron,
right?
You come from a musical family.
Yes,
originally from Kentucky, the Crabb family.
Yeah, the Crabb family. Yes, we traveled for probably 13 years or so, singing Southern gospel music, and did a lot of great things. A lot of doors were open. It was just fun. There's a long story, but to make a long story short, now we have moved to San Antonio, Texas, and my wife and I live there. We have 3 children, and we've started writing music, and we also have a record company there in our church. We lead worship at our church, and so there's a record company there. It's called Difference Media, and Rob, you'll be seeing him a little bit later. He's an engineer there, and we've just been working on all kinds of music, and just real excited about what this music is already doing and what it's going to do.
Well, now, originally from Kentucky.
Yeah.
Both of you. At what point in your careers, in your lives, did you guys meet?
We were traveling on the road, and I was probably...
We were 19.
19.
Wow. Babies.
I was 18, 19. And I was in her neck of the woods. We was at a little church in Tollsboro, Kentucky. We were singing there that night, and I saw her out in the audience and thought she was absolutely beautiful. Very nervous, very shy person back then, and my brother-in-law knew who she was because his family group used to go to this church all the time. So I saw him talking to her at the end of the concert, and I was like, who is that? And he began to tell me, yeah, she used to come out to our concerts, and we used to go to her church all the time. And he was like, would you like to meet her? Well, of course, the shy person I was like, no, it's all right, And he screams over the table, and he's like, Amanda. And so we met each other that way, and of course, my face was as red as a fire engine, but it was just an awesome experience. We started dating there, and I got her phone number. We started dating shortly after, and the rest is history.
Absolutely.
And 12 years.
And now, did you ever sing with the Crabb family, or were you just together? And then in 2007, as I understand it, the group disbanded, and that's when you started working together.
That's right.
We were married for 3 years before his family knew I could carry a tune.
Oh wow!
I'm like, I'm not going to sing in front of them. Are you kidding? But yes, when they found out I could sing, it was kind of like, hey, one of the girls aren't feeling well tonight. Could you fill in?
Yeah.
And it kind of started that way and progressed from there. Yes, and in 2007 we hit the road full time and found ourselves in Texas. I don't know how that happens sometimes, but it did.
One of those things you don't ever think you're going to live in Texas, but we love it. I love Mexican food, so it's great.
Oh, absolutely. You're down there, San Antonio, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you're gonna get some of the best Mexican food.
It's
the best.
amazing.
Now, you carry on, both of you, as Aaron and Amanda, obviously in the great tradition of the Crabb family.
Sure.
The Crabb family has multiple Dove Awards and 3 Grammy nominations, and as a duo, been recording since 2007. You guys have garnered a few Dove Awards as a couple. Right?
We've been nominated for Dove Awards, and we actually, we've been presenters and things as well, and it's just, we thank God for it. It's He opens all the doors.
Absolutely. Well, let's talk about Mercy. This is the 4th album from you as a duo, and the first single off of it is "I'm Learning." All right?
Yes.
And now, primarily, as I understand it, you are primarily contemporary Christian.
Right.
And your music comes a lot from your ministry.
Sure, exactly.
However, "I'm Learning" you consider sort of like a venture into the world of country music.
Sure.
So is this a turn for the Crabb for the duo here, Aaron and
Well, we've always had country roots. My dad listened to George Jones. And he thought if you didn't sound like George Jones, you couldn't sing. So we grew up under that. Actually, we listened to almost everything, which I'm thankful for. We listened to from Michael McDonald to George Jones and anything in between. So I'm thankful for that. But obviously, we're country. We're from Beaver Dam, Kentucky. You
Which,
know.
by the way, I was in Bowling Green recently, and I was a little disappointed because the grass there was just as green.
The bluegrass state, right?
I was confused.
Yeah. But you know, just being from there, and it's, you know, its population's 2,500 people, and just, you know, close knit, good country folk. And with this whole record, we just wanted to reach out to the common people, the everyday life, you know, and just, we feel like this has been a season that we've had to extend mercy to people, and also receive mercy.
Yeah.
And so all of these songs have that line of mercy through it. But I'm Learning is one of these songs where it's just talking about life. You know, when you're 18, you think you got life figured out. You think you're on top of the world. Hey, I can do this. But the more you live life, I'm 33 now, and so I've been knocked down a few times, and we've experienced how, you know, life gets tough, kicks you in the teeth, and hurts sometimes.
Absolutely can.
But you can either take that situation and allow it to defeat you, or you can learn a lesson from it.
Right.
Every day you learn a lesson, and the further you get to realize you don't know very much at all, and just so that's what this whole song's about. You know, I'm learning. I'm learning. Every day is a lesson to be learned.
And the cool thing about country and gospel, it always has intertwined.
Absolutely.
From the foundation of the music. And so I'm learning the stuff that we bring on this record has more of a positive, family-friendly message that I feel like our nation and our country needs
Absolutely.
right now.
I mean, just like you can't get enough positive, you
Right.
know, especially at a time like this, you know.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know, folks, you know, stressing about everything from, you know, foreign affairs, the economy, what have you.
Yeah.
You know, bringing up children, which you guys have 3 beautiful children.
Thank
Yes.
you.
All right.
They do.
And your music, when listening to it and reading your story, the story of the Crabb family, then the formation of Aaron and Amanda, you realize that your music is so deeply rooted in your faith that even the title of the album, Mercy, I was reading,
Yes.
has a very real meaning. And
Yes.
would you take a minute to explain that?
Well,
Sure.
Mercy came from a song, If I'm Guilty, and the whole meaning of that song, Aaron's father was one of the writers on it, simply says, if I'm guilty, let me be guilty of too much mercy. And no matter your faith, if you don't even claim to be religious, at one point in time in your life, you're going to have to show mercy to someone. And if you don't, then chances are you are going to be a very bitter, angry, miserable person.
Absolutely.
And so it's the point in the song to extend mercy because you have either needed mercy in your life or one point in time you're going to need it. And it's a good message song that be merciful for our Father in heaven is merciful.
Absolutely. All right, now I understand that as songwriters, also not just artists, you've written or at least co-written 6 of the songs on this.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm learning that is, you said your father.
No,
Those are some friends in Nashville.
yeah, Dad
working on.
wrote If I'm Guilty, which is the
Okay.
first song on the album. I'm Learning was written by Lee Black, Kiana West, and
Jason Cox.
Jason Cox. And 7 of the tunes, my wife and I were writers, or co-wrote a lot of them together, and also had some other writers to help out as well.
Okay.
There's a song on there called Without You, and that song kind of has a funny story. We were, I don't know if you're married. Are you married?
No, no.
Okay.
He won't get this.
Don't put in reference. Oh, it's so lonely. Please continue.
That's awesome.
You won't get it.
But, you know, in marriage you have what we call intense moments of fellowship, arguments. And so we were having an argument one day, and
It's probably
Amanda's-
because my mom was in town. He's got to go with his mother-in-law. He's like,
this is true. But yeah, but yeah, we were in an intense moments of fellowship, and she's the type of person when she's angry, just let her get away for a little bit, and she'll be fine.
yeah.
She walked over to the piano, and she's like, you know, sitting there playing out of tune, and I start singing.
Playing out of tune. I was like,
We're about to have an intense moment of fellowship right here.
Here we go.
I'm just going
I
to
was
move.
playing out of tune, or I was playing
No, out
a tune.
a tune. That's what I was saying.
Oh, yes.
Creating.
But the piano was out of tune as well.
It was the piano, not Amanda. I'm going to make sure that's clear.
So I start singing this song. I just started singing the chorus. I don't want to live without you. Talking to her.
He was trying to get under my skin.
Yeah. And so But the wild thing about it is we can't live without God in our lives, and that's kind of what the whole song is about. You know, I was like, hey, we're onto something here. We grab a pen and piece of paper, and what looked like, you know, comical, it got turned around to be used for something good. So
you guys have such an interesting and such a compelling story. I invite anybody to find you on the web. Do you have a website?
We do. You can go to AaronandAmandaCrabbMusic.com.
That's Crabb with 2 B's.
Yeah, 2 B's because we're real crabby. And you can go to Facebook, Aaron and Amanda Crabb. You can go to Twitter, Aaron Crabb79 or Amanda S. Crabb.
You guys find after reading their story, you know, preparing for the interview here today, there's so much inspiring that comes out of even out of would-be tragedies. Like I did want to mention really quick the 2009 incident at the Dove Awards involving your daughter.
Sure.
Explain real quick. She fell from a 15-foot window.
She did.
Out of a second-story window, which was 15 feet, hit an air conditioning unit, and her head was split open, severed her lip from her jawbone. And what looked like tragedy turned into triumph. Mm-hmm. And, you know, we grabbed a hold of our faith in that moment of horror. I mean, it was terrifying. Our 2-year-old little girl was covered in blood, and what looked hopeless. Doctors weren't even sure what was going to happen. They're looking at us saying, until we get these scans, we don't know. And the only thing you can do is pray. And it's pretty cool for a doctor to just say, you know what, just pray.
Yeah.
And so our family gathered around. Donnie McClurkin, who is a phenomenal singer, actor, stopped the Dove Awards, had everyone pray for our daughter there. Thank goodness for social media. Mm-hmm. We will promote social media forever, because in that moment it became a community to unite in believing for our daughter. And you know what the enemy meant for evil, God turned it around, and we left that place several hours later, no broken bones, no internal injury, and you know what, some stitches and a little bit of plastic surgery in her mouth, to the point that a week later the doctor looked at her and was like, what did she do, fall running down the sidewalk? And we're like, no, she fell 15 feet, and he said, you know what, she is a living, breathing miracle. And so now she is a bouncing 6-year-old little girl, full of life. Yeah. Very dramatic. You know, we watched a movie the other day that was based out of Mississippi, and they had real Southern draws. And so now her new thing is she'll go, Daddy. Yeah. What are we doing for dinner tonight? And I'm like, who are you?
So
she's hilarious.
She's bound to be our little actress.
She's fun.
And you guys are active ministers in your church.
Yes, we are.
So, and I've seen actually, again, looking you guys up, I've seen YouTube videos of your church and ministries and things like that. So folks in the San Antonio, if any of our listeners are from anywhere, visit through San Antonio, would they be welcome to stop in at your
please.
Like, how often are you there?
We're there every Sunday. Cornerstone Church in San Antonio, Texas. Pastor John Hagee is global. I mean, worldwide. And just blessed to be there, and blessed to have the opportunities that we have, you know, there. It's those people, it's very family based, which is what we're all about. And the worship experience there is it's pretty phenomenal, and we're just glad we can be a small part of it, you know.
And it's cool to have our family rooted. Our kids go to receive a Christian education, and you know, just the little things that we're able to root, but yet they still allow us to put out our music. And yes, our music is very faith-based, but it's a good, positive family.
Anybody can plug into this.
Yeah.
Anybody can plug into their story. If you want to hear the single, I'm Learning, make sure you call us at KIX96. We'll be happy to play it for you. Yes. Look for a live performance from Aaron and Amanda elsewhere on this website after the interview. Look probably just below it here. You'll probably see a video up against it. And we hope that we can get these two to come back and visit us again soon.
Absolutely. We'd love to.
Thank you for having us.
It's good to have met you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being here. Again, Aaron and Amanda Crabb, and the single is I'm Learning. The album is Mercy, and it's available now. Go find it. And you'll catch us here next time, another artist video blog at KIX96country.com.